It is slowly getting back to business as usual across the state, and a big step locally today. Lakeside Mall is reopening, but not all stores inside will allow in-store shopping. Megan Key is in Metairie with what you need to know before you head out.
It's been months since anyone has been able to shop inside of Lakeside Mall. The mall is now open, but your favorite stores may not be yet. This is a list of some of the businesses opening today. Popular stores like Foot Locker, Blink, Blue Sparrow, Dillard's, Free People, Macy's, and Pottery Barn will once again allow customers to shop inside. Others will wait until later in the month to reopen. It'll be a while before the food court is open again. Right now, the dining area is closed and the food court is only curbside and to-go orders. With the mall reopening in the middle of this pandemic, employees tell us they're following the Louisiana State Fire Marshal's guidelines. Lakeside is limiting its occupancy to 25%. They have hand sanitizer stations located at all mall entrances. Lakeside staff will be wearing face masks inside. They'll also be disinfecting bathrooms and frequently touch surfaces more often. Customers are also encouraged to wear face masks. We caught up with one customer headed into the mall who's ready to shop.
I can give my daughter a birthday gift for her birthday tomorrow and give my wife an anniversary gift for Sunday, our anniversary, 7 years. Just glad to be out the house and been sitting inside for the last couple of months, so it feels good to walk around.
During phase one of the reopen, Lakeside Mall will be reducing its hours. You can shop here from 11 to 7 p.m. Mondays through Saturdays, and on Sundays it's open from noon until 6. For a full list of stores that are reopening today, go to our website at wwltv.com. Reporting in Metairie, Megan Key, Eyewitness News.
And Palace Cafe, a Dickie Brennan restaurant that stood on Canal Street for nearly 30 years, is welcoming guests again today. The restaurant is open at 25% capacity with indoor and outdoor seating. It has been offering takeout service for several weeks. You will need to wait a little longer for another New Orleans classic to reopen. Café Du Monde in the French Quarter hopes to reopen tomorrow or Thursday, but many factors will determine the exact date. President of Café Du Monde, Jay Roman, and his team had hoped that they could reopen today, but that date has been postponed. Roman and his family say they are working to get the restaurant ready so that employees and customers can feel safe. One office of motor vehicles location is closed again today due to the possible exposure of COVID-19. Those who arrived at the Harvey location yesterday say they stood outside for hours before they were redirected to the East Bank location. Customers said they were told it closed around noon after someone had been in contact with a person with the virus and that person entered the building. OMV officials have not responded to the closure. For a list of other offices, visit our website, wwltv.com. And a hopeful sign for the return of sports as the NFL gives teams permission to reopen their facilities today. Of course, it comes with some adjustments. Before reopening, each team must have permission from local governments and meet safety guidelines set by the league. The first group of employees returning include no more than 50% of non-player staff. The only players allowed to return are those who were already rehabbing injuries prior to the facility closing. Strength and conditioning coaches helping with player rehab also may return, but coaching staff and other players are not allowed for now. Meantime, the Superdome could have a new name, at least a new sponsor at least. Forbes reports that Mercedes-Benz has decided that they will not continue their sponsorship when the current deal ends in 2021. The company was the first Superdome sponsor in the stadium's history. New Orleans Pelicans staff are following new protocols at their facility. 7 players completed individual workouts yesterday at the Metairie facility. VP of Basketball Operations David Griffin says league officials are exploring different options with their schedule. They're even looking at the possibility of pushing back next season by a couple of months in order to finish the current season that has been on hold. Several community testing sites are available today if you are interested in finding out your COVID-19 status. Councilmember Jared Bursett and New Orleans religious leaders are partnering up to host a walk-up testing in Gentilly. Testing will be at the Asia Baptist Church. That goes until 4 p.m. until test kits are no longer available. In St. Charles Parish, you can get your test at the AMA Recreational Center on River Road. And tomorrow in Jefferson Parish, mobile testing will begin in Metairie. The two-day event will be held at the Clearview Center on Veterans Memorial Parkway, or Boulevard rather, from 9 a.m. to 4. Testing will be available in the east parking lot. For times and locations, visit our website. That's wwltv.com. As more and more businesses reopen, we are keeping a close eye on daily case numbers. The latest are in from the Louisiana Department of Health. Let's take a look at those now. Today, there were more than 300 cases reported and 18 deaths, bringing totals to more than 35,000 and 2,400 deaths across the state. And a couple of important numbers here. Hospitalizations and those on ventilators have gone down since yesterday. Across the globe, we are nearing 5 million cases of coronavirus and more than 330,000 deaths worldwide. Here in the United States, we have more than 1.5 million cases and 90,000 deaths. Still, every state except Connecticut has now at least partially eased restrictions designed to slow the spread of the disease. Michael George has the latest.
Massachusetts, with the fourth highest death toll from the coronavirus, became the second to last state in the country to begin easing restrictions.
Each phase will last at least 3 weeks, but may last longer if the public health data doesn't support moving forward. 21
states are still seeing an increase in new positive cases, including Florida, where smaller attraction parks such as Gatorland are hoping to reopen by the end of the week.
There's a lot of work going on with all of the smaller attractions around here.
Bar owners in Texas are preparing to welcome back customers after the governor gave them the go-ahead to reopen.
It's obviously been tough, but we're happy to be open even at 25%. It's good to be back open.
In New Jersey, which has the second highest death toll after New York, curbside pickup is now allowed for some non-essential businesses.
It gives us some hope that, we can survive this pandemic.
Western New York, including Buffalo, began reopening today. But here in New York City, restrictions remain tight. City officials are focused on getting 1,000 contact tracers in place by the end of the month to investigate the spread of the virus. In South Bend, Indiana, the University of Notre Dame announced it will have contact tracing in place, as well as other safety protocols when it reopens to students in mid-August, 2 weeks earlier than planned. And the NFL says teams can begin reopening facilities today if they're permitted to do so by state and local authorities. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And as states reopen, there actually is some really good news here. Nearly 2 million people have recovered from the coronavirus across the globe. Here in the United States, that number is close to 360,000.